Welcome, Oxygen. It's June 3rd, and it is our last live stream for a while. Welcome to Oxygen. So glad that we are doing this. And to kick it off tonight with worship, here is Amelia.
Hey everybody, hope you enjoy worship tonight.
Oxygen. It's June 3rd.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you thank you for worshiping with me tonight. And here is Tim.
Hey, Oxygen. Thank you, Amelia. You have been so great. I mean, can you imagine how bad this would have been if we didn't have Amelia here to help out? I mean, it would have been me up here singing. And that's pretty, it's a scary thought. So just thanks a lot, Amelia. Thank you, Caleb and Becky, for all your help in everything that we've done. So last week, you remember, first of all, just want to let you know that tonight we will have a live chat last, just like we have the past couple times. That's on Zoom. You'll find the link for that in the chat for YouTube, or you can also go to our GroupMe channel, and you'll find it there. Before we end, we will have a game. It is a hilarious game called TikTok Tussle, where you get to watch some TikToks. So, I mean, that can't be bad, right? And then that will be it for tonight. So the Zoom chat will be pretty quick, pretty short, but it's just a chance to hang out just a little bit and stay connected. So last week, I talked about a couple of things that I had learned, lessons from quarantine. And tonight I wanted to continue doing that a little bit too. We've learned some things over this quarantine time, right? I mean, you've learned things. Some things you probably wish you didn't know. Some things that you're glad you know. Maybe you did some things that you never thought you could do. For example, I kind of like cut my own hair because it was getting a little long. So I learned that, I could actually do that somewhat well. I learned that grocery shopping can actually be enjoyable. Didn't say fun, not fun, but enjoyable, because when you never get out, going to the grocery store is like you actually look forward to it. And it was crazy that could be enjoyable. I also learned that Parker plays a lot of Fortnite. A lot. And still doesn't get sick of it. So, I mean, I had no idea just how much Fortnite that kid can play. But most of all, I learned that I really, really miss all of you, and especially those that I haven't been able to connect with. I'm so glad I got to see a lot of you virtually over Zoom, and it was just so nice to connect with you, and I just really... It frustrates me that I can't be in touch with everyone, and some people are just really hard to get a hold of, and that bugs me. And I never knew how much that would bug me, but it really bugs me, and I miss all of you. So I'm looking forward to having a chance to get together this summer in person. More on that later. So last week I mentioned that if we are living out God's will, that we will live out our faith through praying, because that's what he said. Don't stop praying and don't stop being joyful. So we live out our faith through our prayer, and prayer really isn't about doing something. It's really about our relationship with God. We learned that by being connected to God and being joyful in all circumstances, we can live out our faith. And in these times, I said, it's easier to stand out because of these circumstances. And so I want to continue kind of on that same note. I want to continue just talking and thinking about a few points that I think are things that you will look back on years from now when you remember this time, and you remember what it did to you personally, mentally, and spiritually, how it affected how you see the world and how you see God. So the first thing that I wanted to point out is when we look back on all this time, I hope that we've learned that even though we were surprised by all of this, God wasn't. God wasn't surprised by coronavirus. He wasn't surprised by even the most recent events that we've seen, which COVID and coronavirus took a back seat to the past couple days as we watched horrible things happening and reactions to that, good and bad, as we saw the racism and the brutal abuse of power that we witnessed with the events in Minneapolis and other places. That didn't surprise God either. So, even though it surprised us, we can go to God because we know that He's not surprised by any of this. Boy, it's been tough to see this week and everything that's happened. We learned that our world, if we didn't think that it was broken before, we learned this week that our world really is broken. Our country is broken, and we need healing. Humanity is fallen, and we need saving. It reminds me of a verse. John 16:33 starts out, "In this world, you will have many trials and sorrows." And that's Jesus talking. Here he is, he's talking to his disciples. He's talking to people around him. And he's telling them, you're going to have hard times. You're going to have struggles and sorrows and trials and troubles. So again, it didn't surprise him. But thankfully, there's a but there. It's always good when we have those. Stop laughing, Amelia. I know. We can be thankful because the Bible has a lot of big buts. It really does. All these statements that are horrible, but. So as you read the Bible, look for the big buts because they change everything. Joking aside, I'm serious here. They change everything because they take something horrible, say, you're going to have so many troubles. Life is going to be so hard, but it doesn't end there. Thank God it doesn't end there. He says, but take heart because I have overcome the world. So what does that mean for us? It means that if we trust in Jesus, that we can put our sorrows and our trials on him, put our struggles and our burdens on him, and he will help us with those. He will take them, he will carry them for us, which is point number 2, that we can stay calm and trust God. I know it seems obvious, and it might be obvious, but it's much easier said than done. You see a lot of people telling us throughout our life to trust God. But these days, we see a lot of people worrying. And that shows us that there's a need to trust God, that people are lacking in faith. The more that we worry, the more that we tell God through our actions that we don't trust him. And that's no good. That's not what he wants. And who wants to live a life full of worry? We see people worrying about COVID, about our economy, and the more that we worry, the more that it shows that we were trusting in ourselves before, and now that we're helpless, we're worried. If we trust in God, he's our rock. He's our shelter. And he gives us the faith to get through all of that. And I hope that when you look back on this, that you will see that this is a time where in the midst of chaos, you really had a calm because you were trusting in God. I hope that you look back on this and feel like you've grown in your faith during this time, because it's through these hard times that we grow. I hope that you look back on this time and are proud of how you trusted in God and how you put your worries on Him and let Him carry them. And maybe you didn't start out that way, but I hope that it has ended that way now. So, someday, we always think this. Someday when I grow up, someday when I'm older, someday when I have these things that in my mind are going to just change things. We think someday I'm going to be able to trust God more. It will get easier to trust God. But that's wrong, and we've seen that. It never gets easier. When you grow up or have a car or have a house or a family or a job or motorcycle or whatever it is, it's not going to be easier. In fact, it might be harder. The easiest time to trust God is right now. Decide now. Act now. It won't get easier to trust God. It won't get easier to grow your faith in Him. So do it now. I hope that this time has shown that to be true for you. So those are my 2 points. First, God wasn't surprised. He says, you know what? You're going to have troubles. But second, He's overcome them, and we can trust in Him. And that can bring us peace in the middle of any storm. Let's close. Lord God, we've had some storms. This week has been tragic in so many ways. First, I want to pray for healing for all the people who deal with racism or with other abuses of power, being treated unfairly. There's injustice everywhere, and we cry out to you, please heal our nation, heal our people that are hurting. Help them to find you and to depend on you in the middle of the storm that they're going through that I can't even imagine. But help all of us in the storm that we're going through now that still isn't over. Help us to trust you more. Help us to show you by how we act and to be able to remember this time where we grew in how much we trust you, in how much we love you, and we're grateful for so much that you've blessed us with. Help this time to be a time that we look back on and say, yeah, that was a tough time, but thank God that He was there and that I learned to depend on Him more and trust Him more. I pray that for everyone in this room and everyone watching, whether it's tonight or in the future. Help us to trust you. Help us to grow in our relationship with you. And as this summer starts, and a lot of us get busy and have other things going on, I pray that we wouldn't forget to stay close to you and to seek you every day and to just always keep in mind that you are with us and that we can never stop praying and never stop being joyful. That we can really show people that we are different because you have changed us. In Jesus' name, I pray, amen. And I'm so glad that you have decided to tune in tonight because I get to also announce that we are starting summer, and we have our first event that is planned. We have the Oxygen Bonfire happy about that. We finally get to meet here at our church in the parking lot where we have a fire ring, fire pit. So we are going to be there. We got s'mores. We got whatever else we're going to do. What else do we have? We have Caleb, do we have games? Yeah, we have games. We're going to be playing some games, doing some fun stuff. And most of all, we just get to see each other. Now, we will be practicing what is now normal physical or social distancing, keeping arm's length away, that kind of thing. All the s'mores will be individually wrapped, so it's all clean, it's all good, it's all safe. We're going to be smart about it, but we get to see each other. So I'm excited about that. The event is free. It's Friday, June 12th from 6 to 8. So I hope to see you there. All right, so that covers announcements, which leaves two things. One, our Zoom chat, but before we do the Zoom chat, there is time for our TikTok Tussle game. So leading that tonight is Amelia, because she loves TikTok. It's like her favorite thing. Take it away, Amelia.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Amelia, and we are going to be playing TikTok Tussle. So, how to play? What the? It's not showing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so how to play? You're gonna guess which TikTok video has more views. Okay, here's the first video.
When you're spending every day on your own, and here it goes. I'm just a kid, and life is a
Wait, was that? Wow, is that magic? Oh my gosh, how is he doing that? Which one has more views? Is it number 1 or is it number 2? And it is number 1 with 18 million views. Here is the second video.
I'll show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying either way, we bout to slide. Can't let this one slide.
Hey yo, famous relative check.
Which one is it? Is it number 1 or is it number 2? And the answer is number 2. And here is the third video.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Which video has more views? Is it the first one or is it the second one? I don't know what was going on in the second one with that laugh, but it was pretty funny. And the answer is number 2 with 18.2 million views. Yeah, that's a lot of views right there. Video 4.
Look, Daddy, I made a waffle.
But can you eat it?
No.
Watch and learn. Come on.
Whoa! I like pancakes and waffle. Pancake waffle. Pancake waffle.
Can't imagine how much time that took. Jeez. Is it number 1 or is it number 2? The answer is number 1 with 5.4 million views. On to the next one.
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess that I still believe.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
Which video has more views? Is it number 1 or is it number 2? And the answer is number 1 with 1.2 million views. On to the next video.
Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
That's why cats scare me, everybody. That's some real talent right there. But does it have more views? Which one has more views? The first video or the second video? And the second video has more views with 4.5 million views. That's how many friends I have, everybody. 4.5 million. You heard it here. Next video.
That's what I said. He was like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, what in the world? But don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Really? I thought the same thing. We think a lot alike, huh? Come on. That's crazy. Right.
That's how it feels when I talk to
Hey
Caleb.
with it, I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying either way, we bout to slide. Hey, can't let this one slide. Hey.
Now, both were great videos, but which one has more views? The first one with the cute baby or the second one with the dancing? And the answer is number 1 with 19.2 million views. I'm really upset that I wasn't one of them. Didn't see that video, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Three, two, one, level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
Wow, that's some talent. But which one has more views though? Things dads do or some amazing dog jumping stuff going on? And the answer is number 1 with 6.8 million views. And in case you're wondering if that's what my dad does, there was some things there that my dad actually does. I felt it. Next video.
Let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die. Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh.
Okay, which one has more views? JoJo Siwa's car and whatever she's got going on there, or an amazing painting of Mickey Mouse? And the answer is number 2, the amazing painting of Mickey Mouse with 86.4 million views. I don't even know 86.4 million people. I don't even think Green Bay has 86.4 million people. But, you know. Oh, really? That's some family bonding right there. No. And the next video.
Can you do that? Dad, people need you. They need you, Dad. I just don't know, guys. You can do this, Dad. We believe in you. You're right. I can do this.
Motivation. Okay, both were great videos, both were family bonding, but which one has more views? 1 or 2? And the answer is 2 with 14.4 million views. Okay, so all I gotta say is I don't know if you guys have been watching more TikTok during this time off, or less, or the same. I've actually been watching less, which is surprising. But I don't know about you guys, you know? And here is Tim back.
I've been watching more TikTok, in case you're wondering. And to do that, it took like maybe 4 videos. So thank you everyone for playing. Here to announce the winner of tonight's TikTok Tussle is Caleb. So he's been officiating this. He's been the judge. He's sitting there watching who's guessing what. And tell me how tonight's game went, Caleb.
Well, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. It was a battle between 2 of the same people we've seen win lately, you know. These people have been fighting, you know, getting this candy, you know. They've been hustling.
What kind of candy have I been getting?
It depends. I mean, some have gotten Sour Patch Watermelon, personally my favorite, and others have gotten chocolate chips. It doesn't matter. Whatever you
Chocolate
want.
chips?
No, okay. Chocolate or chips.
Oh, okay. You know. Yeah, right. So the past couple weeks, we've seen Eric win. We've seen Hannah and Noah and Josiah.
You know, it's been a long time since Eric's actually won, but, you know, that's okay.
Are we about to see him rise back?
And that, unfortunately, we will not see because...
Oh, no. Man. That hurts, Eric. I'm sorry.
Well, I can tell you who got second, and that is Hannah Varghese.
Way to go, Hannah. So, who got first?
Well, this person's been getting first or second a lot. Sorry, that was terrible grammar. Like Amelia says, I talk like a baby sometimes, so she can't really understand me. But the winner is, the first place winner is Noah Worley once again.
All right, Noah. So, here's what I need from Noah and Hannah. You let me know what it is that you want for a prize. Being that this is the last time, you might be able to expect another big night of winnings with something just showing up on your doorstep, in your mailbox. It'll just be there. Like all of a sudden, it's just there. Like Noah said, whoever delivers those, they're like a ninja. You never hear them come. You never see them. All of a sudden, it's just there. So, thanks again, everybody, for playing. Seriously, thanks for showing up tonight and for being a part of this. It really, I'm really, really excited to see everyone in a week from Friday on June 12th for a bonfire. If you have any questions about that, just message me on our GroupMe channel. So have a good night, everyone. Have a great week, and enjoy the start of your summer. Good night, Oxygen.